Hi, welcome back to 55 Days of Christ Consciousness. This is day 44, inspired by the Christ Consciousness Self Mastery deck by Amanda Ellis, illustrated by Jane Delaford Taylor. I'm Gina Libido, your guide during this 55-day journey. And the reason, for those of you newly joining us, the reason why it's 55 days is because there's 55 cards in the deck connecting you to five-dimensional energies and above and qualities. And again, these are about the qualities that are within you as you step further into your self-mastery, your Christ consciousness energies within you. And how might you embody them in your day-to-day life? What lessons can support you in your own journey and how it shows up for you in your organic life, in your own life that's organic and unique to you. Okay, so we'll go ahead and call on this deck to pick one card. We're almost toward the end here, which is beautiful, over this journey together. Let's see. Let's just have one card, please. Yeah. All right. Oh, we have Joseph. Fathering and responsibility. Fathering and responsibility. Just taking that image, even the colors. We see Joseph here in pink, kind of a magenta. We see, I believe that would be depicted as Jesus, but a boy in blue climbing a tree, connecting. And there's this gentle guiding of Joseph, right? This gentle support while children learn to be independent, learn to be stable, learn to be safe, and explore life, right? And there's this trusting relationship that you're always held in love. You're held in love, you're held in kindness and gentleness. It's like this divine masculine energy that is very present and yeah, so present and warm, and this firm yet gentle guidance, but through love, through an open heart, through mentorship, right? It's almost like this mentor quality, passing on experiences while discovering, right? Allowing yourself to discover life through the eyes of children and letting them explore again, right? Letting them figure it out, letting them connect to nature, trees, themselves, allowing them to grow, right? Allowing them to communicate, right? I'm thinking of blue and the Archangel Michael and the communication, very much connected to our communication, our throat chakra, right? So how can we change as fathers that divine masculine, the divine father, to foster better communication and openness of growth and exploration, right? Which we're seeing that, I feel, in many of our youth and boys. And here we see boys specifically, right? Where it brings to mind the divine masculine energy that is growing within men, not just boys, like not just the young boys, but how might our men, adult men, return to the youth of them in some way, in a purest sense, and maybe even bring in some healing to their own life, right? We have so many men that are like, what is going on? They don't know how to be around women anymore. They don't know how to be in themselves, because all of these energies are divine feminine energy. It's being ignited in a big force, right? Because that feminine energy is a huge force and can be chaotic, and it's powerful. There's a reason why people made it into being feared, right? But how might we harmonize these energies within the self and within our fathering, right? That divine feminine energy also lives within the men. It lives within everybody, the feminine and masculine energies. So how might we foster that divine feminine energy of caring and loving into fathering, into guiding, into our communication, into exploration. How is that going? How is that being embodied now within you if you are a parent, right? If you are a parent of some kind or a father figure of some kind, right? Maybe you're a teacher and you're a father figure to kids that you don't even realize you're a father figure for, right? How can that still be nurturing and guiding and gentle and loving and with discipline at the same time? Communication, allowance, that responsibility. Recognize your responsibility to your children, to being their guardian. All they learn from how you speak, what you do, how you carry yourself. How do you want to be in life? That gets passed on. Even if you think they're not seeing you, it gets passed on through your children, through your DNA, through your cells. So part of this too, maybe for some of you, are healing some misqualified energies or your own experiences in life. And it can be a really beautiful thing, because what that also does, it heals your ancestry, the bloodline. So you don't continue to perpetuate perhaps abuse of some kind, whether it's mental, emotional, physical, or financial imprints, or it could be anything, right? Like, here's what it means to be a man. You stuck down, you shoved down your emotions. Like, no. You learn how to manage them. You learn how to be with them. You learn how to express your feelings. You really learn how to communicate with yourself, with your body, your self-mastery. You're learning how to do that. And then you're learning how to pass that on to your children by the way you show up, by the way you carry yourself, the way you speak about others. So this card is many things, right? It's this new, it's returning to the way fathering and being responsible, the responsibility in that, the guardian of our youth, and how also to be your own father, right? To look to yourself. Not to say that you don't need support or help from other people, but you're being responsible for your own life as well. And in that, you teach your children to be responsible and accountable for their choices, their actions, their way of being, and how that shows up in their unique journey. How does that show up in your unique journey? So let's see what the book has to share with us in this channeling. And for those of you, it's number 4, card number 4 in the deck. Again, feel free to look up the numerology on your own. I'm just going to read from the deck here. Or excuse me, the book. Joseph reminds you of the soul contracts that you choose before incarnation, relationships you were meant to be in, tasks to do, work you were meant to fulfill, and how you were destined to serve God in many ways. It may now seem daunting, impossible, unattainable, or even unfair, but you are reminded that everything in your life is a teacher, and there too to serve you in some way. You would not have selected it otherwise, and you did select it at a soul level. This may be through growth, finding skills or qualities you never knew you had, deepening self-respect, or via challenge and proving endurance. Our mission and our soul contracts can also be what bring a great sense of satisfaction and accomplishment, as well as joy. If we look at Joseph's story, here was a humble man asked to do an extraordinary job, to parent and raise Jesus, to watch him grow, to educate and steer him, and to ground him in a family setting. Aware too of his greater heavenly Father that Jesus answered to, but grateful and blessed to have been chosen for such an important earthly role. He served diligently, with no sense of his life having been derailed, instead realizing that the unexpected arrival of Jesus was his life's mission. As such, Joseph illustrates how to get to grips with life's twists and turns, the parts of the story that you can see coming but need to face with grace when they arrive. You are asked to reflect on the roles in your life, the soul contracts you have with particular people that you may be conscious or not. This can include family members, business partners, friends, and clients. Indeed, our soul mission contracts can feel like an uphill climb, a mountain that seems unsurmountable. If so, call on Joseph for help. He offers practical guidance and spiritual support. You may be nudged toward a course, a person with the right skills to assist with, for example, childcare, house maintenance, or an aspect of daily life. Joseph offers solutions and logic with hands-on approach to look at details, timescales, and resources, reminding you not to panic, but to break tasks down into manageable chunks, taking time methodically, go through life with care, presence, and steady footing. In a digital age, he asks you to notice the trees, their branches reaching up to the sky and their roots going down into the ground, to bear witness to nature, the changing seasons and the animal kingdom too. The illustrated purple hair-streaked butterfly is found in oak trees, and a whole colony be supported by just one tree. They are seldom seen, but spend their time in the lofty heights of the tallest branches, their symbolism being to soar, but to remain grounded, surrounded by kin and tribe. Yeah, that's a mouthful. Yeah, this card is also very much related to the card we had on day 43, right? The resurrection card, the embracing new life cycles, right? Where even though what came to me while looking at this card before reading the channeling still can be very prevalent for some of you in your relationship in those energies as they're coming through. I feel both these perspectives are very valid and may strike any of you in a certain way. Right? So it's really beautiful card. I don't think I have anything else left to add to this card. Feel free to share what you experience in hearing this reading, hearing what came through as I just took in the card itself, right? And these qualities that are within you for growth and nurturing within yourself. And this applies whether you're male or female, okay? It has, some might be more literal as a father figure, right? Our male qualities or our men, right? And I do mean our men born into the physical body of the male body. And this is not to segregate those that are transitioning in their male to female or female to male by any means. But there's something life is masculine and feminine, right? At least as we know it now, to create life, to create life, right? And I'm sure there's other things in life that life always finds a way to create, but I'm not here to debate any of these things. You are in your own heart and knowing on how to navigate. So Joseph calls you to embrace these things and call in guidance, right? Call in that guidance. It's practical support. That's what's lovely. It's practical support, right? It's practical. Keep your life practical and simple. Find that easy button to navigate the ways that you're going, right? Pay attention to the challenges. Yeah, there's this piece of endurance too. But soul contracts, that's where it is. I'm like, there's something else here. So there's many things about soul contracts that people make a lot of assumptions about. Hold a lot on soul contracts and what you tell yourself, right? And I really invite you to let go of what you even think soul contracts are, because there was an older belief within the spiritual community that basically condoned abuse, saying, well, I had a soul contract for that, right? That is no longer, that's null and void now. We are to do no harm to each other. Once someone does harm to you, that contract is null and void, no longer. You get out. Take responsibility for your own participations, forgive, find forgiveness for both yourself and the other people or party involved. Okay. Because we're also in a time of ascension where you get to write your story now. From this point forward, we're in this unknown threshold. And the more you're ascending and in your alignment and in learning to manifest, there becomes no karmic debt anymore. It's just credit. It's just positive flow, abundance. So this is where your mind, your heart, your thoughts, your voice must all align in the purest way possible, available to you. And then some. Soul contracts, Akashic record. Akasha means pure energy. It's primordial energy before any emotional imprint was laid on it, before any experience. And that's what we're learning to return to, is your divine essence, mastering the emotional and mental body, where it's no longer imprinted on your soul. You're an alchemist. You're purifying it all. Joseph can assist you in walking that task. He can assist you in a practical ascension, practical support, practical growth, practical way to achieve and build your business or growth, whatever it is that you're working on, step by step. There's no need to jump from A to Z. There's no need to go exploring past lives and get caught up down that rabbit hole. You can call it forth and have the wisdom of those experiences be embodied within you. So then you just draw on that wisdom. You don't have to know where it came from anymore, in the way that people were diving in, unless it serves your highest good in some way to know. But I also encourage you, don't hold on to it like a crutch, like it's absolute. Nothing here is absolute, other than I feel the ascension process, that it's ongoing and infinite. That we're constantly in a cycle of growth. Right? And learning, like they talk about in this card, his divine purpose, and accepting that. So when you accept your own divine purpose and divinity within you, and whatever that means to you, and know it from the heart, not from the mind, not trying to figure it out, well, this is what it is. So many people go, this is what it is. And then they realize, oh, wow, that wasn't that at all. Right? Wasn't that at all. To me, when people are living their passion and purpose, they're holding the light within them with everything they do. And then they put that light into their passion, and then they move mountains. But what the common thread is, the light within them is what leads them. When you can own and harbor the light within yourself and allow that to lead you to your permission, to what your soul came down here to do, then you don't need to search for it. It just organically happens because it's what you're drawn to from its purest sense, and it will just grow on its own. So it won't matter if you're a janitor or the president, because you're both in your light and see and feel and know the divinity of everything you do on this planet brings in light, in a sense, because both are just as important roles. I hope that lands for some of you to recognize and appreciate wherever role you are in right now within your life, whatever stage you are in. Allow it and recognize it to be, these are practical steps within your ascension and inner evolution and purification of your soul as you integrate your I am presence in your higher self. That's all I have for you this evening. I'm Gina, Soul Inspired Reflections. Feel free to like and share this video. Much love to all of you.